every time I go through a hardship, bro, yes, I have my moments where I'm complaining and I'll be like, but I'll quickly be like, I'm thankful for the opportunity.
Bro, you just made me think about this video today, bro. I'm sorry to get off talking, but I was watching this video today. It's funny. It's not serious at all. I was watching this video, and this dude said, man, if you ever feel like your life hard, you feel like you're going through stuff, you feel like you was dealt a bad hand, he said, it's somebody right now that's working 12s every day. He taking care of the kids, and his hoe gone.
Facts, though. It could be worse.
Hey, it could be worse, man. If you can't make the rent on your business, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse, bro. Yo. It's another episode of The Risk Takers, man. We got a special episode, man. Got my boy Don right here, man. You know, getting to the sponsors, man. We got Stock the Bar Vodka, man. I mean, first black-owned vodka in Grand Rapids, man.
Sir.
Come on. How many times it distilled?
7 times.
Come on, man. That's
Shout
what I'm
out
telling you,
Daryl
man.
Reese.
Shout out Daryl Reese, man. Shout out Aux 33, man. These episodes will be available on Aux 33 coming soon. We will announce the date when that happens. Still working some kinks out with that, but shout out to the family on Aux 33, man.
Yes,
Troy, Omega, Comp, everybody, man. So let's get into it, man. Who we got here? Who we got here with us today?
Hey, man, Vince or Don Irie, on Irie Kitchen. I consider myself a risk taker.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be on here if we didn't think so, too.
Right. Yeah, come on now. Come on. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. That's me. I just been, slow motion, but motion still. That's it.
For sure. That's what it's all about, man. Keeping it going, man.
Yep.
Chase.
Well, who are you? How did we get here today? You know what I'm saying?
How did we get here?
Yeah.
And we got the time, bro? We got the time?
We got the time. I don't got no watch, man, so we running it up.
I told you earlier, my whole family's Jamaican. So we're from Ocho Rios, Jamaica.
I was just there.
Yeah, there's a vibe over there.
So,
the first part of our lives, we kind of grew up in like the southeast side, like Oakdale. Then we kind of moved to Kentwood later on. But food and entrepreneurship has kind of been like the center of my life. You know, this foreign immigrant story. Well, both my parents are from Jamaica. Like, anything I wanted, I had to go work to go get it.
sure.
And so that's like kind of like my DNA, my essence. Man, I don't know. I was talking to my homie the other day. He was like, man, how did you even just pull all this shit off? And I'm like, bro, to be honest with you, bro, like, the level of delusion that I have on a day-to-day basis is kind of crazy. That, like, when I look back at it, it's, like, kind of hitting me now. But in the moment, like, I don't think it's that crazy.
I already know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in the moment, it's just, like, it's real to me. But, yeah, man, I just been, I've been eating, I've been cooking my whole life. Lemonade stands, paper routes. I used to have money at the ice cream stand, and like the kids that have money, I would give it them. They'd pay me back interest, and I've been that
from day one.
Yeah, it's just been who I am. So it's weird when I look back at it now, but like it's just kind of like my DNA. So that's what brings us here. I went to East Kentwood High School, and ironically, enough, a few years after high school, I opened Irie across from the high school. That wasn't necessarily the plan, but that's what ended up happening.
Sure.
So yeah.
What year you graduate?
I graduated 2014.
Oh, okay. How long has this building been open? How long you been here?
It's been 8-9 years now.
Wow.
Irie's been
Also
existence.
around graduation,
right.
A few years after that, you
was
jumping
really
2 feet.
Yeah, so a few years after graduation, my whole high school saga was a thing. But shortly after that, have y'all heard of Carbon Stories?
Yeah, 100%.
So
Carbon Stories, excuse me.
So Eric and I did that together.
Fire.
So we were just young, running around, and
you was a part of Carbon Stories.
Yeah, in the beginning. Yep.
Oh,
that's
shit,
crazy.
I didn't know that.
Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to a couple other people, but we were like the foundation of it.
Yeah.
And we were just running around, like just doing entrepreneurship, right?
Sure.
Figuring
that's
out.
Fire.
I was super young when I met John Jelks and all them, and
Shout out John Jones.
Shout out
Family
Jelks
right
and,
there.
the first client I got was Spectrum Health.
Oh,
Dang.
wow.
Yeah, and so that kind of set the trajectory. But I always wanted to do a restaurant. My thought process was I was going to do a restaurant at 30, not at 18. But things happened so fast that I decided to just open it up. But, you know, I wanted to open up in the city. And nobody in Grand Rapids would lease me a spot. Or try to do the switcheroo things. And that's when I started understanding, like, racism in like, that sense of it. Sure. Or, you know, obviously we experience it every day.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
You think you do the things to earn it. You know, you're clean on paper. You say the right things. Like, I speak a certain way, right? So it's like I'm doing all the right things, but it's like you're not being taken seriously. So, no, when I look back, I was an 18-year-old black kid saying I was going to open a restaurant. For sure. Like, I sounded crazy. Right. Like, when I think about it for this market, you know what I'm saying? If it was Detroit or, like, a different city, maybe not.
Everybody be behind you.
And Grand Rapids, and at that time, right, 2014, 2015, the Forbes article came out saying that Grand Rapids is, like, the worst spot for black businesses and black people.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Right?
Dang.
And so this spot was damn near the only spot that would lease me a spot. And so, you know, I didn't necessarily want to be here. I didn't necessarily want to be across from my high school, not because I hate this area, but I just knew it was going to be an uphill battle.
Sure.
Right? But, you know, it is what it is. But it ended up being the foundation of everything that I'm doing today. So I don't regret it now, but it is something that you look back, you're like, man, it's funny how life works.
Sure.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I will say, too, man, for anybody out there trying to get spots, and you know, it ain't easy, bro. It's been many times, bro, I done try to, you know, reach out, like, hey, man, I got this plan. I got money for this, and they ghost you, bro.
They ghost you, bro. It's crazy. So, even if you have the money.
Even if you got the money, bro.
Like, give me the least. If I lose the money, you made bread.
It's crazy, bro.
Crazy, but they don't want to deal with you like that. They want to or tell you some crazy thing. You're like, bro, come on, bro.
Sure. Yeah. So was cooking in y'all heritage, like back in the in the mainland?
Yeah, everybody cook. My mom's side of the family cook. My dad's side of the family cook. Everybody can cook, and that's rare. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like in black culture, in American black culture, not everybody can cook. You feel me? So it's like on both sides of my family, like grannies can cook, auntie, uncle, everybody knows how to cook. So it's like food has just been at the center of my whole life because it's like, well, I was at my granny's house, my mom, my dad. It don't matter. Like, everybody can make good food.
Sure.
And everybody makes things a little bit differently, though, too.
Okay.
You feel me? Okay. And so Irie is fire. Don't get me wrong. But, like, Irie is definitely, like, a West Michigan version of it. Because, like, people here, especially in the beginning, it's changing now, I feel like, with the food scene and the palates. But, you know, when we first opened, like, everybody thought, like, oh, black people love this. Everybody loves it. Like, white people love it. I'm like, nah, bro, we have to educate everybody. It's like, y'all didn't grow up eating curry goat. I did. You feel me? That's just as weird.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was an uphill battle just, like, educating and having people try things. Like, I was with some of the homies yesterday, and I was like, man, oxtail used to be like $15, and I couldn't give it away. Damn. People didn't want to try it. And now it's like this delicacy that everyone wants to eat. I grew up eating that.
Right. You do hear about oxtails a lot more.
You feel me? And so it's like, it's just funny how, like, the things change over the course of time.
Right.
But yeah, food has just been, I mean, bro, like, yeah, at the core of everything.
Go ahead. Any restaurants or anything back home, or y'all was just more like a family?
Not restaurants back home like that, but like neighborhood knows.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Type.
Like, yeah, these people throw down. And you know, I got family. Like, everybody's moved around too now, so I got family in London and all over. So, same kind of thing.
So I would say, the items on your menu, are those like family recipes, or are those things you just kind of came up on your own as long as you started cooking?
So I would say the goat for sure, our juices for sure, but everything else has been kind of like passed down and modernized for the restaurant. When we first opened, it was super authentic. It was like, and you pulled up to my crib, like what you got the goat with, like that was the goat you get at my house. But then people hear like too many bones in it. Why is it potatoes? Like, and you're like, damn, bro, like just try it, gang. Like, people used to walk in here and be like, y'all got burgers? I'd be like, nah. They'll walk out, or they'd be like, oh, it smells spicy.
Wendy's right there, bro.
That's what I used to tell them, like, bro, Wendy's is right there, bro. And they'd be like, oh, it smells spicy. I don't want to eat this. It smells spicy, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
It smells spicy.
They walk right past a Wendy's and be like, y'all got burgers? What?
That shit's, bro. And like the craziest thing, bro, like when I say, like, because now I think people look at it. I don't even know what people think, but people give me the energy that like it was easy for me or something. Like, oh,
is that
you know? And I'm like, bro, like people that I know used to walk to Wendy's and wave at me while I'm in here and not walk in. You feel me? before we even opened, we probably had like 10 bad reviews before we were even open.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, you know, getting turned away from every spot, like getting dismissed at every single level. It's just that, like, I just hold it in a different space for me. It doesn't affect me because, like, it's not about that for me. But, like, I always tell people, like, bro, like, it's just been a battle, and so I'm used to fighting through it.
One of the things you wouldn't know unless you went through it.
Exactly, because people told me, like, you won't last a year. I mean, you got to think about it. Doing Jamaican food, technically we in Kentwood, but we're in the backside of Kentwood. We're in Caledonia.
Yeah, sure.
We're not on 44th Street. We're not in, like, where, like, the people be at for real.
Right.
So people say I'll last a year, maybe 6 months. Right. It's been 9.
I mean, you got to look at the landscape too, because it's a Bob Evans, it's a Chick-fil-A,
Bob Evans is popping, bro. 2025,
right? You know,
Come on, do the math, right?
It's a tropical smoothie right down there.
Sure.
It's a red geranium crack. Like you are
Pizza Hut,
right? It's all kind of restaurants around here.
Oh,
so,
and you know Applebee's.
That's what I'm saying.
Applebee's, Logan,
all that stuff is right
the
there.
Sushi Shop, Panera, Panda Express.
Yes.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Like, we competing with so many people, bro.
Man, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy to think about when you sit here and really look at the dynamics of where you at. That is crazy.
So,
I do not recommend, bro. It's not for the faint of heart.
Right.
Do not recommend.
anything business related, I don't think for the faint of heart, bro.
Nah, you gotta be.
Especially when you want to take it to that next level from like Instagram and like, you know, stuff like that.
You gotta be built different, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Where so the one question I was thinking about, your menu on the website.
Yeah.
The way that your food looks, from the color palettes, everything. The food looks delicious. But was that an intentional thing? Like, what was it behind that? Because I just love the way y'all imagery is set up on the website.
Thank you. Yeah, bro, like so I always cared about product, always cared about brand. Mm-hmm. So my shoe boxes I kept, Apple product I kept. When I walked through the store, I used to just stare at product. I love design, right? And so in the first part of my career, I was doing that kind of stuff, right? And so for me, it's like everything. And so, yeah, my first business plan was, I want to do Caribbean food, but I wanted to have the essence and a brand behind it. Because I knew it would be easy if I just did, like, you know, Jamaican Shack and had Bob Marley and I just did the song. Like, you got it from off rip, what we was trying to do.
Right.
But I had a bigger vision. Like, everything I'm doing now has been the plan from day one. Like, product in stores, building an e-commerce brand, doing events, doing clothing has been my vision since I've been 18 years old, right? So for me, it's like we are in perfect time. We're in perfect step to that bigger goal. When we first opened, people thought we were Mediterranean food or we were this. Like, people used to come in and be like, this is the best Mediterranean food ever. And I'm like, this is not Mediterranean food, gang. But whatever makes you buy it, I gotta pay rent. You can call it whatever, gang. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, because people say Irie kitchen, not Irie kitchen.
Irie.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm like, wow, like, this area is just not hip to culture the same way that I just grew up into it. And I had to learn that I was just in the silo.
What's the correct pronunciation?
Irie.
Irie. Okay. Okay. All right, bet.
Yep.
With so many hats you wearing right now, man, you know, you got the crazy events. You know, we got some of the pictures right here in the back. You know, you got the juices you doing. You know, you're trying to get those in stores. You got in the store right here, right?
I thought that.
Not this store right here, but we got juices and chili oil in stores.
Okay, juices and chili
oil.
oils.
Are there any stores you can name specifically?
Yeah, Kingsbell's Harvest Helves, Brishy Market, Martha's Vineyard.
Go grab them.
Harry's Corner.
Go grab them.
I don't know. There's some more.
Everywhere it said, go get it. If it ain't at a store, go ask for it. So they can be like, hey, we need to.
Let us know if there's a store you want us in.
For sure.
Bet.
Doing it all, would you say, you know, right now, would you say you're a restaurant owner, or would you say you maintaining a brand right now?
Brand. I have transitioned and separated myself from a restaurateur. You know, it was a foundation for myself and for my family, a vision and passion that we wanted to get out. I would say more so a shared dream for my family doing the restaurant thing. For me, you know, my purpose business-wise is building a brand that means something that can last even if I'm not here.
I was going to say, so was the whole Irie to begin with, was that just a you thing, or did you have other family members that were like a part of that, or did you just bring the idea and plant the seed and then everybody else hopped on board?
So I always give both my parents all the credit and all the praise. You know, it can get semantical, but the truth is, it was me. Mm-hmm. And a week into me opening Irie, my dad quits his job, right? He's having some whatever. He quits his job for health reasons, and then he starts working for me. And then soon after that, my mom has a back injury, right, where she can't work no more. You feel me? So then it becomes a thing where this business is supporting the family, and I'm 18 years old.
Fire, bro.
That is
what does that feel like?
Now that I'm 28, now I was like, that's crazy, bro. You was 18. In the moment, it was like, bro, I gotta sell some jerk chicken, gang. Like, I gotta pay the rent, dog. I gotta make sure mom's straight, dad's good, my sister good. Like, I was just in, what do I have to do? You feel me? It was just, and you know, I tell people all the time, like, you know, Bert, he has moved to Texas now. Shout out to Bert. I could have done with him
Bert,
too.
For sure.
He's in town for a little bit right now. And like, you know, it used to be $100 days. Imagine coming in at 9 a.m., leaving at 10 p.m. You made $100. You know, then it was $200, and the big day was $300. You know, like it was like, bro, because people they didn't want the food, they didn't want the product, they want to let me know they didn't want it. You know, even my friends didn't support it. You feel me? So it's just I'm sitting in this position where it's like, damn, you know, like what I got to do. And I never took it personally. Again, I always took it like, how can I become better? Like, what can I do I'm missing something. Like, what can I do to connect to the audience? Right, I'm unemotional because
right mindset.
I've been doing business since I've been in it's like, if people not buying my lemonade, man, I got to change the sign up.
For sure.
I'm not taking it personally. You know, that's more like what I got to do to make you want to buy this lemonade. If you don't eat, you eating food anyway. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. What's some of the, you know, obviously this being your brand, you can kind of do anything you want to do. What's some of like the non-negotiables? It might not be a part of the brand or the restaurant that make the most money, but I got to keep this kind of pillar going.
I think now you kind of seeing me live action, so I don't have a full answer for you. But my hunch is that food and serving food has to kind of be there, because for a large segment of customers and consumers is like they want Irie in a to-go box or in a sit-down supper club experience or brunch that we're doing for Father's Day. Like, that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a pillar. I think it always has to be authentic to who I am, and stay true to that and not like get too straight. When you build a brand, you know, people use these big words. It's just reputation. Like who what do you stand for, who you are. And if that's not clear, then people don't know how to support you too. Right? And I always tell people they ask for support, but really they want reliance on their friends and families. Like, there's two separate things. It's like support is I can go to the gym with you. I can spot you, right? But I can't lift that weight for you. But a lot of people want reliance. They want you to lift the weight for them, and then they get the benefit from it. You know, and I think I want our brand to represent out of many one people, something that we built from the ground up. You know, it doesn't have to be over-explained, but you see the results. Like, you're seeing me live action say, I'm not doing this on the weekends anymore. I'm not doing product, and now you're seeing it in stores. Right? So, like, you're seeing, like, ain't nobody coming in, ain't no investor, ain't nobody looking out for me, bro. Like, I'm knocking on doors. I'm emailing, like, it's me. I'm making, okay, I just back there.
Fire.
Like, I'm doing that.
Yeah,
like, how did it happen, bro? It's like,
what
do you think I've been on?
Working.
Come on.
So, man, that's mad dope, though, man. Yeah.
Talk about the level of discipline it took to build this to this level.
I'll say my discipline has grown, but discipline is just clarity. Once you know what you want to do, you know who you are, you can be disciplined. That's it, right? If you don't have that, then it's going to be hard for you to be disciplined. So you're going to try to come up with all these things, but really you're just distracted because you don't want to do that thing. And it's like, why don't you want to do that thing? So I think people got to spend more time being a little bit more introspective. You know, like, it's easy to see Instagram, you see the quips, like, oh, I want that. Sure. But it's like, all right, like, is that who you are? Or you want that because you want some result from it or some effect from it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if that's what you want, the latter, then like it's gonna be really hard for you to get there, because you're gonna make it such a big goal for you to hit. You know, like how we look at cars is like a car payment. So it's like, what does it really cost for you to own this thing? $3,000 a month? Okay, work backwards. What do you got to do to make $3,000 a month to afford this thing? You feel me?
Yeah,
absolutely.
But it's like, if you just want to do it to get a girl, then it's like, gang, that's gonna be. For sure. And that's also the dumbest thing. I'm like, don't get no car. Girls don't care about cars, bro. Some girls do, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if she do like you for a car, bro, you playing the wrong game.
Talk to him.
You're not a rapper. You're not no athlete.
Hey, bars.
Stop,
bars.
bro. You got a good job, bro. Invest in some properties. Invest in some stocks. And fall back and find a girl that love you, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I think discipline comes from clarity.
Let's kind of fast forward, man.
Yep.
You know, one of the highlighted events in the city was when you were doing the parties at Noop.
Yeah. I need a new rooftop, man. Come on.
And talk to me about how it felt to have Larry June. You know,
I was just about to go there.
Hey, man.
The free-minded in there,
Hey,
10
man.
toes.
Good job, chicken.
Come on.
Good job, Irie.
Come on. Come on.
That was fine. What that feel like?
Man, it felt amazing. Shout out to Kai. Shout out to Sango.
Yep. Shout out to
Savon too.
Shout out to all them.
All of them. Yep. So let's start from the beginning. So, you know, people did events like shout out to Comp, all of them. They've been doing the events. But for our generation, during COVID, I kind of kicked it off with Irie Fest. And so that was the first thing with the DJs. Like the whole DJ thing, like in our generation was, and I saw them do it, of course, shout out to them. But it's like, we weren't doing it. Because a lot of people in Grand Rapids at that time were like, hey, not Grand Rapids, people have left. Sure. And so this is during COVID, everything shut down. And I'm like, we had that quick, like, it was like 3 weeks where like the world is back open again. Mm-hmm. And I threw Irie Fest at the old Sovereign Guard location on the west side. And it was funny because, you know, people thought like 100 people, 200 people were going to come out. We had like 1,000 people outside. And then like everybody who's doing stuff, everybody was there. Right. And that sparked us doing like more and more events, and like you start seeing like how it's grown beautifully, right? Sure. And so for me, it's always, you know, creating a new experience. And so with Irie and the brand, like you see the pictures, like we want to create something that like you get in big cities, but you don't get here.
Sure.
And so
a lot of people are trying to figure out how to crack that code, and they can't.
Exactly. And so Nuke came along. Shout out to AB. He had a good relationship with Zach. And Zach was the beverage manager at the time. And, you know, they wanted to kind of bring new energy, whatever. And, like, you know, Irie was kind of like, I look at myself as more like as a creative, but more as like a curator, right? Like, these people are my friends, too. And so it's like, it's easier for me because, like, I have a genuine relationship with people to put things together. Like, very rarely is about my ego and me doing something for me. I just sense that I want to do this, and I think other people want to do this. And so a rooftop bar with some of the best DJs, the best drinks, the best vibes, you know, like it's aesthetically pleasing. People are dressing up for it. No, nothing bad is going to happen. Like that's the stuff that I like to put on. And so that's what we did there.
It was crazy to have Larry June there because I think his brand actually meshes with what y'all do.
For sure.
Exactly. That was like perfect mesh of everything.
Yeah, so they, you know, they were like, yo, we're going to do a show. They were like, let's pull up. I'm like, they hit me. I'm like, yo, y'all can come through. Bro, y'all want to actually pull up? Like, pull up. Because, like, I've been a fan of, and it is crazy because Larry June was blowing up, but I think he's even bigger now.
Oh, for sure.
And shout out to June, bro. Like,
still going big. He's getting bigger still. Bigger,
right? And it's like, bro, like, he was such a humble, straightforward, cool dude. Mm-hmm. Like, he was just like, yo, like, I'm just going to sit in the back. I ain't trying to do too much. Yeah. And, like, he was just really on that. Him and his manager, his security dudes, a couple of his friends, they were just hanging out. And then they was like, bro, this is just a vibe, bro. They're like, damn, bro, like, thank you for this, bro. Like, this is our best night on tour yet. And, like, they was like, but we didn't have any food. So they were like, bro, we need some food. Like, what spots open? I'm like, bro, it's Grand Rapids, bro. Like, after 9, like, there's no food to go get. I was like, he's like, you think you can bring me some food to the show? I'm like, I got you. So we brought him some food. Fire. Brought him some wings, Alfredo. You know, we hooked up with the Irie experience, the juices, and he was like, man, that shit the one.
Yeah, that's what I said. That whole, especially that juice thing, that just so in line with his brand already. So I know that was perfect. That was perfect timing, man.
I'll put that out into the ether now, like doing an orange juice with Larry would be fire.
Man, for sure. Hey, we gotta get that cracking for sure.
That'd be fire.
See that, bro.
Dang, that's crazy.
That'd be fire.
That'd be insane, bro.
I might be able to put that together, low key.
You gotta cook that.
Definitely. For sure.
Yeah, that night was crazy, bro. When I walked in, you know, before like, you know what I'm saying, we knew each other type shit. Walked in, this motherfucker sitting down, got a big bottle in his hand. It's a shorty right there. I'm like, man, this motherfucker.
Yeah, I said
like, real pee in this motherfucker. And I'm in there, I go get a drink. And I turn around, and Monroe was right there. And I was like, oh, shit, what the fuck is you doing here? He's like, oh, man, you know, we chilling and shit. You know, the whole gang in here. And that's when the nigga told me Larry was in there. I didn't even know Larry was in there. And then I was like, damn, this motherfucker got this shit going
crazy. And it's just like that's the whole point. Cause like you in LA, that's normal.
Oh yeah, that's real.
Atlanta, New York, like that, and that's what I'm trying to like normalize. That's why I didn't make it like a big thing. I didn't like Larry's pulling up. I was just like, if you bought a ticket and you pulled up, you got to experience the vibe, bro.
For sure.
Because like that's what it's all about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about me winning or like, yeah, I brought Larry to the city. It was like, nah, he pulled up, he caught a vibe, and you got to see the good side of GR.
For sure.
That's about.
That shit dope. Yeah, especially because I came to, I don't know if this is one of the first ones when y'all had the listening party with Mondo.
Yeah. Oh, damn. That's crazy. Shout out to Mondo, man.
Shout out Mondo. And they had the drummer and shit right here. I was like, hey, this shit lit.
Okay, yeah, that's so crazy that you just jogged my memory. So we've been doing it.
Type shit. For sure. Yeah, for sure. So it's crazy to see what, you know what I'm saying, where it's still continually to go.
See, and you understand where it starts from.
For sure.
It was just, we had a full drummer. Mondo was doing his drop. He had the shirts here.
For sure.
Like, that's how it starts. You know, people just think like, oh, you just got, it was easy for you. I'm like, nah, bro, we've been practicing, fine-tuning. And then when you know, I've been listening to Warhol a lot, and he has that, like, working on my shot, and he has a part of the song where he's like, when that moment comes, you ready.
Sure.
And that's kind of like the antithesis of who I am, too. It's just, like, trying things, learning things, and then, like, when that moment comes, you can strike. Now it's like, I just need bigger venues, It's like, I need, for the Irie brand, we got the Camp Tail thing, which is great. Camp Tail's growing. Shout out to Augie. Shout out to Jalen. Shout out to Dog Food. Without them, there would be no Camp Tail. Shout out to Wayne, too. But it's like that's cool being built, but there's this Irie thing, too, that, like, can still serve that need. But, we did the thing at the Gram. We brought, like, 800 people out. That was fire. But it's like, we have such an audience now that it's like, I need the space to, like, house everybody. Yeah. But it got to be a vibe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just a venue spot, right? It's like a vibe, It's its own thing. And
experience.
Even with Teo, our vision is to make it more concerts, too, getting more artists. So it's like, we're always growing. We're always progressing the vision,
Got you, though. Got you.
Yeah.
Well, recently, you were on Cranes. On
the
cover.
Shout out Cranes, man.
Yeah, shout out Cranes, man.
Cranes,
a lot of y'all may not know this is a business magazine in Grand Rapids, and brother here was on the cover, man. So tell
Forbes of Grand Rapids.
Yeah,
it's big deal,
for real. A lot of, if you really want to know a lot of business deals that's happening, real estate and all that stuff, man, that magazine is where it's at, man. But what that feel like, man? What that mean to you to be on the cover of that with everything you've gone through to arrive at that point?
You know what? It's like, it's so crazy because I typically am anti-interview, right? Because
I was going to ask you, how many interviews have you done?
I've done a few. Early on, I did a couple to promote, because we need to I need to get business in here.
Yep.
There's been inbound in my inbox, and I typically don't answer, just because I feel like when I'm such in process, it's like it's hard for me to stop my process to then talk about what I'm trying to do. But I feel like this came at the perfect moment and the perfect time. It's Crane, so it's a great opportunity, and I was just grateful for them to even reach out. And we're doing so much pivoting here.
I was about to say, y'all just pivoting in business with.
So I felt like finally I get to control the narrative more because I feel like even though I put up through my own channels, like people are like, oh, Irie's closed, and then it was like Irie closed and all these other people closed.
Yeah, bro, I was tripping because I was, man, not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
But I'll never forget the first time I said, yo, Irie closing? What? Like, what's happening?
Like, I'm like, yeah. But it's like, go back to just, I'm an operator, I'm a strategist at my core, right? And they used to laugh at me as kids. Shout out to Amir. He used to say like, oh, Vince is somewhere playing chess all the time. But it's I think about things, and really last year,
a dope compliment though.
Like really last year, I wanted to do this move, but I wanted to give people one more year of Irie, because for me, it's like as much as I'm creative and I just want to serve food and a chef, whatever. Like I'm really behind the numbers. I'm really the person behind the brand too. Like I'm doing all that shit. Right. Like for years, people thought I was at the guy at the counter. But no, I cook all this food too. Yeah, I'm the one posting on Instagram. I'm the one doing the logos. I'm the one building the website. I'm the one ordering all the food. I'm paying all the bills. Like I am that person. Because I wanted to get my hands dirty, And so for me, it was like, okay, we're doing a lot of pivoting. A lot of things are changing, and I really foresaw that like, hey, the numbers are not making any sense right now, and if we don't pivot now, then we're gonna have to close.
Sure.
Right? Because it's like you can't put your, and the thing about restaurants, I just told somebody the other day, she wants to do like a concept, and I was telling her like, yo, this is one of the hardest businesses to operate. You know, like, if you're an amazing operator, like you never make a mistake, you never lose money, you're at a 10% margin, meaning that you have to do $200,000 to make 20 bands. Mm-hmm. Now, the beautiful thing about restaurants is that once they're cranking, you can pay all your bills, you always have cash flow. Mm-hmm. So you always pull cash out and put it here and all that kind of stuff. So you know you're going to make it back. Sure. That's the beautiful thing about it all. And if you own the real estate, it becomes a high earning real estate asset. We don't got to nerd out of business, but
no. People need to hear this though.
Yeah,
man.
no,
I'm a nerd about it.
The risk takers is for other risk
takers
to listen to somebody who currently taking them leaps.
Okay, so the restaurant game is a real estate play. So your goal is to either arbitrage, which means you get to make money on top of what you're spending, on the lease on the lease side of it, or if you're ownership, you get to put money into a building and then earn the gains and write it off on taxes. Okay, so restaurant is how many times per square foot, how much money do you make, and how many times can you flip a table, or how many times can you do a bowl of meal, right? So like McDonald's game is like, hey, we're not gonna charge $50 for a burger. We're gonna charge as cheap as amount of possible. But our goal is to sell 1 billion of these a year. Yes. And we're gonna make the margin on it. Yep. And how we afford that is we have a franchise model. So franchisees who have access to capital or who can front the hard cost, like the build out, and they love it because they can take $1 million and make $100,000 a year on a location, and then they have to do none of the building that I had to do. Right. The brand is already built. Yep. So for example, Chick-fil-A opens up here. I mean, you're from GR. Chick-fil-A has completely taken over Grand Rapids. Sure. Well, the average Chick-fil-A does $4 or $5, $6 million a unit, which is crazy in the restaurant world, right? And because they're more vertically integrated and they just sell chicken, their profits are a little bit higher as well.
Pause you right there. Yeah. What does vertically integrated mean for the people out there?
Okay, so meaning from top to bottom, you own the full stack, right? And so, or you have a cost plus average. I'm like nerding out, but it's like you have such great relationships with farmers, producers that they might only really just serve you. You might be their largest customer. But so you have more price control. You have quality control, right? Versus them being the small guy to a distributor. So you have Cisco, you have GFS. You probably see the Gordon Foods. Like everybody in Grand Rapids buys from Gordon Foods. Like Irie doesn't, but I do buy dry goods from them. Shout out to Gordon Foods. But every restaurant is basically like Gordon Foods menu, right? And so Gordon Foods makes a margin on all that. That's they built a big business on that, right? But if you're Pepinos or Uccello's, like you have way more influence with Gordon Foods because you're spending a lot of money a year with them.
Sure.
If you're a small guy, it's like, hey, like they're gonna service you, they're gonna take care of you because they're a family-oriented business. But at the end of the day, like you're not spending the money he's spending. Right. Okay. So now imagine that you're Chick-fil-A and you instead of selling a burger and a chicken sandwich, you just sell chicken sandwiches. So when you look at your purchase order, let's say you're spending $100, right? $100. Sure. That full 100 going to chicken. And maybe like, or 90s going to chicken and $10 going to know what I'm saying? Or $5 going to bread and $5 versus like, I got to take $2 for burgers and I got to, there's a different model, right? And so, and they took, we can really nerd out their story. They have an amazing business, but they took a different route. Okay, now luxury spots, right? This when you sit down, right? And so you have your fast casual versions of it, which is like Logan's and Applebee's, which is like, hey, we know that there's a group of people out there that want to have a sit down waiter experience, but they don't have the $150, right? And so their goal is like, how many times can we flip this table in a night to make money, right? And so that's why you have the 2 for $25, all that kind of stuff. And their goal is like, hey, if this section can flip 4 or 5 times, we got 40 tables, and the average ticket is $50. Do the math. Okay. Yeah. Now, for local restaurants in the city that are a little bit more upscale, like I think Jin Jin's is one of the best restaurants in Grand Rapids right now. Shout out to them.
Shout out Jin Jin's. Sure.
They have the same model, right? But it's a little bit higher class. It's a few more steps up from Applebee's, right? More handmade stuff, and they get to charge you a premium for it. And they're doing the same things. Like they own the real estate. How many times a night can we flip this table? And if the average ticket is $150. Okay, you flip that table 5 times a night, that's just one table. You have 200 tables. You're making some money.
Yeah.
That's the game. I just broke down Restaurant 101.
Yeah. Get the notebooks out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but-
You know what's so crazy? I gotta get shout out to my brother Javon Nays,
Shout out to
fellow
Javon.
risk today.
Shout out Naves.
He shouts you. Me and him. That's like my best
Yeah,
friend.
shout
He
out
talks
to
about you a lot. He be like, man, he's one dude that's really getting to it in the city. Like,
Shout
and so just
Javon rich. Javon, you're rich. You need to stop telling me Javon rich. Javon got money. I'm trying to get like Javon.
It's so crazy because sitting here listening to you talk, I'm like, I see why he says that, because he talks in the same manner that you talk when he
Yeah.
starts breaking down businesses, and like he can do that for other people's business.
Yeah.
So like y'all minds are definitely in tune. Like I definitely see why he said that. I was just sitting over here listening to you talking, like, bro, I feel like I'm talking to Javon right now.
That's crazy. Me and Javon, when we get together, we be nerding out.
I bet y'all do. I bet, because y'all really got business down to a different science that a lot of people don't go to. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen the movie The Founder about McDonald's?
Yeah, I have seen.
Okay, because I'm like, as you're talking, I'm started thinking about that movie.
Yeah.
But the real estate play is the first thing I thought about when you brought up McDonald's.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's the game. I mean, I always tell people like in Grand Rapids, like, you know, if you plan on investing here and staying here, do some form of real estate, because that's the least amount of games you got to play, right? Because the thing about systems is that the rules are the rules. They'll never tell you the rules of the game, but once you find out the rules, because the information is out there, but you have to go find it. Yeah. But it's like once you find out the rules, just play the game. And right now, Grand Rapids is telling us what? It's a boom in houses. We're having a housing shortage. People can buy land cheaper. Families need places to live. Boom, that's one aspect. Another aspect is that, okay, if more people are moving here, we need more commercial suites. We need more things to serve the people, downtown. Right? And so that's a game where, like, it don't care if you black, white, whatever, Muslim, don't matter. If it's a good property, you take care of it, it's going to make you money. And so that's why you've been seeing, like, a boom in the restaurant industry in the past. I think we hit our critical mass a little bit, and that's why some concepts are going away. Yep. And we're going to get a resurgence again coming soon. But Grand Rapids has to go through a new identity change. And I think if we're not careful, a lot of locals are going to miss out on it. Because you're going to have the Chicago, the New Yorks, the big city people move here because for them, $500,000 for a house is not expensive.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
But for Grand Rapidians, you're like, bro, that house used to be $250 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Right? But for them to get a crib like that somewhere else, they got to pay $2 million for it.
Sure.
And so, like, it's just the game. Everything is rising up. And so holistically is like, hey, like, understand business-wise what do you want to get into. You know, what are your passions, right? And sometimes your passion and your purpose don't align, which is fine. But just find out those two things, and then it's like, then decide what you want to invest in and what you want to do to make money. Restaurants are very tough. Like I said, food has been the center of my life, so it's been more about passion than money. Scaling product and brand is definitely more of, if it works out, more of a money thing for me that'd be better for me financially as I get older, right? Because restaurants are super expensive to invest and to build. Like, a restaurant's going to cost you, on average, from scratch, $1 million to $4 million to build out. That's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And for a lot of rich people who have, I don't have investors, but a lot of them have investors, is like, restaurant is a side hustle to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Because you want to be the guy. You want to pull up to your restaurant. You want to grab a drink, bring your wife out, whoever, right? And so for them, it's like, cool. Me throwing you $250 is nothing because I got $250. But a lot of these people that invest in these things have boring businesses, insurance, manufacturing. Like, those are the businesses that have 60, 70, 80% margins where you just, like, every year, you know, my 500 versus his 500 is different.
For sure.
He goes, his 500, he keeps 350 of it.
One thing I've always heard about restaurants is the profit margins are
it's
really
insane.
in your favor.
Yeah, that's what I found out about McDonald's. I used to think if you own a McDonald's, you was touching $1 million a year, you rich. But then I had to find out that no, the people who own McDonald's, you know, franchisees, they got to own like 4 or 5 of them to really be hitting them big numbers.
Make that money.
If you own one, you ain't really making nothing.
You're not really making nothing.
You might need to go punch in a couple times.
Exactly. And then the mindset for switching from employee to owner versus investor is like, look, depending on where you live at, what do you actually need to survive? Right? Because the whole point of life and business is to buy your time back. Right? So it's like, hey, like, even if I own one McDonald's, but I can make $75,000 a year, I'm not the richest guy. But if I have never have to walk in here, and I have to work anyway.
Yep.
But if my work is just like maybe talking to some managers, I own the thing, maybe $75,000 a year is good for me.
Yep.
If I continue to grow, McDonald's likes me, I have a good relationship with my bank, maybe they might let me give me 2 or 3 or 4. Okay. In 10, 15 years, you might have 10 of them, and now you're making $1 million a year, and you're working 20 hours a week. That's the game, right? Being able to buy your time back, have managers, have people in place to help you build your empire.
No, like what you said, going employee to owner to investor.
Yes.
That's a whole nother step. Like
Completely different step.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, drop a bag to get a bag, I always tell people. And it's like, what got you to A don't get you to B. What gets you to B don't get you to C. It's a complete different.
New levels, new depths.
But the skill set is the same, and like, you have to learn. And you have to then shut the fuck up and listen.
Right.
Because like, what happens is you start thinking right, you're a good employee, you making extra money, you doing that thing. Then you're like, all right, I could be a manager. It's like, no, you're a sniper. You're good at this one thing. Managing is a whole different level of skill. 100%. That's when you have a supervisor. Like, now you got to manage a team, and now you are responsible for the team output, not just what you can do, right? Sure. Then it's like you get hired. Now you own the thing. Now not only are you responsible for the output of the business, but now you take care of everybody's financial responsibility here. You owe tax, like, not right. Then it's like, all right, cool, you got that right. Now you're an investor. Now you're like, all right, now I have to take this money today, that inflation that's going to go lower, that's going to lose, and I have to make the right bets. That 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, this turned into something that's bigger than what I started out with, right? And so it's a different mindset, it's a different viewpoint every single time.
Has there ever been a time where you failed?
I always fail. I'm not afraid to fail. I fail daily, bro.
And to backpack off that question, I know you got family and stuff that'll support you, but is there any outside figures that, when the numbers ain't right, you want to quit? Who are some outside people that's like, man, I got to, see, they just dropped a Bentley.
Yeah,
I meant to keep going.
Oh,
I guess I meant to say, is there a time where you thought like you failed and you thought it was over for this? Is what I was more so trying to get to. Has there ever been a time where you thought like Irie wasn't going to work?
I mean, the first 4 years. Mm-hmm. Shit, bro, I'm telling you, like the first year, bro. I'm not joking when I say I made $100 a day, bro. From 9, bro. You make more money working a job than that, bro. If you worked at your job from basically you got there at 7, we opened at 9. So from 7 and you left at 11. Do the math, bro. You make more money than $100. Yep. I got costs too.
Yes.
All day. So yeah. Those kind of times, I'm like, damn, I don't know how much. Like, I don't know if I could even keep this shit alive, bro. Sure, but like by the grace of God and through hustle, like I always made rent, and made my payroll. And then remember, I didn't have no outside influence or investors. Like my parents had no money to give me. Like, oh, here you go. Make sure that.
For sure.
Like, I got to come up with that shit. You feel me? And so, that built the level of like resilience more. But if I go back to my childhood, like in a lot of ways I've been a failure. Like school wasn't good for me. Like I played sports, but I was never the best person playing sports. Like I always had friends, but I was never like the most popular person. So like in my point of view is like I've only failed. So I'm not afraid to. I used to say this when I was younger. I was like I'm not afraid of looking stupid to go after things that I want.
That's real.
All right. It is real.
I take L game, but is it what it is? Like, at least I'm trying, bro.
For sure.
At least I'm trying, bro.
A lot of people can't take that.
If I die and I'm like, listen, I didn't accomplish everything I wanted to, like, nigga, I tried. Versus than being like, damn, bro, I never did it.
For sure. And I think it's real important to make sure that, when it's all said and done, that you got that, hey, man, I probably didn't get to where I wanted to, man, but I tried. Every day I woke up, on my own time.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time, bro. That's important, bro. When you meet people that's older and they got so much regret and they say, like, man, man, you young, man, go do it. That's not just coming from nowhere. That's coming from years and decades of hurt and regret, bro.
Exactly. And that's heavy weight to hold, man. Like,
for sure.
You asked me earlier if there's anybody that, like, around, and I see two versions of it, bro. I see people that go back and it's like, man, I wish I did this and this. I wish I did that. I wish I tried that. Like, I wish I got after earlier. And it's like, I always tell them, like, yo, don't sit there too much, though. Like, you still got time.
For sure, for sure.
But you hear that and that motivates you, then you see people that bet on themselves, right? And so to answer your question, yeah, there's people in my life that, basically, and this has been a blessing through the restaurant, that, these older guys I look up to, they black dudes, they live in Grand Rapids, they're successful, and there's white dudes as well. And it's like you learn and you listen from them, sure. Right? And they teach you, steps ahead of you, bro. They teach you how to process life and truly attract things in your life and truly be in control. And I think as black people, we are taught and reminded that we are victims. And it's like sometimes it's easy to be like, somebody did something to me.
Yes.
Always, because and to be honest, I'm not sitting here saying that that's not true. That is a lot of our realities.
Yes.
I just told you they wouldn't lease me a spot.
Yep.
That's actively people trying to do something to me, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time, you cannot make that your identity, because it's not universal just to black people or Latinos or gay. It's across the board. They all get treated like that.
Yeah,
sure.
Right? And so it's like once you can change that perspective, you start getting, it's like accountability is actually freeing.
Yeah.
Because then he's like, all right, anything that I want out of life is on me. Anything that happened to me in life, even though I couldn't control at the time, how I feel about it is on me.
Yes.
Very winning personality.
Ooh-wee, I was
Clap it up.
Like
real
for
shit,
real. For
Sound cool on the podcast, bro, but live it.
Yeah, bro.
For sure,
Yeah,
bro. You got to though.
Yeah. Really? Gratitude too, bro. Just be thankful for. Every time I go through a hardship, bro. Yes, I have my moments where I'm complaining, and I'll be like, but I'll quickly be like, I'm thankful for the opportunity.
Bro, you just made me think about this video today, bro. I'm sorry to get off talking, but I was watching this video today. It's funny. It's not serious at all. I was watching this video, and this dude he said, man, if you ever feel like your life hard, you feel like you going through stuff, you feel like you was dealt a bad hand, he said, it's somebody right now that's working 12s every day. He taking care of the kids, and his hoe gone.
Facts, though. It could be worse.
Hey, it could be worse, man. If you can't make
That's
the rent
crazy.
on your business, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be
bro.
worse, bro.
Life could really be life in you right now.
For sure it
For
can.
real, for real.
I put myself in that nigga's shoes, bro. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You might wish one.
That's tough.
Like that's when he was passing out.
Yeah,
For
for
sure,
real,
for
for real.
sure.
It's snapping. Man,
No
that's
cap,
crazy.
no
That's,
cap.
hey, that's funny, bro.
Let's talk about the future now, man.
All right.
Oh, actually, excuse me. Let's talk about the past. What you got going on? I would like to say, dope as hell. I've never, ever seen a restaurant do subscription based. It's not like a delivery company, but like subscription based dinners. Man, please talk to me about how you came up with that idea and moving that forward, because that's mad dope.
Me and Bert laugh all the time about it. We say that they like, this is your rapper's favorite rapper. We be saying like you're the restaurant's favorite restaurant
Type shit.
because we've been seeing out the trend like now everybody's doing dinners and shit now, right? Everybody's closing their concepts, shifting it now.
Type.
But to be honest, bro, it's like, oh man, I'm so insular, bro. I'm so insular, and we're on the Risk Taker podcast, and I'm willing to take the risk. But to me, it makes perfect sense, bro. Like I don't know how to explain it, but for me, it's like it will come into my spirit, the ether, and I'll be like, you know what? We're about to go through a reset financially for a lot of people, right? Because you have a lot of people coming off COVID, unemployment, jobs, and to be frank with you, I'm into economics. We've been swiping our credit card a lot in America.
Yeah.
And people coming back for their money. That debt, the trillions you've seen, people like, hey, you have that no limit credit card and like you paying a little bit down, you barely hit your minimum payment, gang.
You ain't even paying the interest.
Come on. So it's like we need our money back, right? And so we're in that state as a country right now. And so look, people are going to start making conscious decisions about their money, how they're going to spend it. And so I realized just watching the last year is like, look, our average was $45 at Irie. So the average person spent $45, which for a fast casual concept is insane.
For sure.
You feel me? You're not, but like I priced it a certain way. I toggled it. When I started going to 38, to 33, to 32, I'm like, oh, people not buying 2 juices no more. They're buying 1. So for people, you start feeling that now. $20 is more expensive than it was maybe 4 years ago.
Sure.
$30 more. But I said, all right, you know what? People are down to pay for an experience. Okay. Now, can I convince and market in a short period of time? We changed the inside everything to convince you to take a risk on me and have an experience, because for us, it's like we can do plated. But remember, for 7-8 years, we just did in the box. But how we prep in the back, there ain't no freezers. There ain't no can, nothing. Like,
Fresh.
we
Right
make it
there.
fresh.
Yep.
We spent all week seasoning and preparing the food, but the best way to get it out to the people was in a box, because we're out here. They wouldn't let me get a liquor license out here. So there's a lot of things that made us prompt into this model. You know, if I had it the perfect way, Irie would be a gin-gins, where you came in, you sat down, you had a wait service, the music is playing, and at night we had the rooftop and we did events. That's like the original vision of Irie. Then on the back end, we had our juices and our products, and that's like what I wanted to do. But sometimes you got to just start. A lot of times people want their first version of it to be perfect, and I'm like, you started too late.
For sure.
Like, I show you the first version of our juices, it was in the like whatever, like little plastic cup, you know, and we used to like do this of it. And then it was in a big plastic thing, and I just put a sticker on it. Then I got a cleaner sticker, and now we got juices now. And then, like, hopefully we can get into a cans. Like, that's the process of it all. You feel me? And it's like, you just got to start. But, yeah, man, I feel like it's just, I saw an opportunity, and I felt like it was going to hit, and it did. You know, and I'm like, damn. And I think also I perfectly timed it. But, again, it's like, on accident, you know, I closed Irie January. We built Irie the first time. Me and my dad did. Because my dad is classically trained as chef, but also in Jamaica, my dad raised himself. His story is amazing. But he knows how to build. Right? My dad practically built his first house, my parents' current home. But who was with him? Me. So I know how to build too. I know how to put drywall up. I know how to paint. I know how to do plumbing. I know how to do. And so, but you look at me, you be like, this nigga don't know how to do that kind of shit. Right. But it's like, I put the floor in. I painted. Yeah, I did that. I put the drywall over there. Right? And so it's like, we just, in 2 weeks, we rebuilt. And then that first dinner was Valentine's Day. Yeah. So it was kind of like an easy win.
Transition.
But I still had to convince, I feel like. And lately I've switched from that mindset. Like I no longer have zero, and Dalton here, Dap hears me say this a lot. I have no energy in convincing anymore. I'll just present, and either you take it or you don't.
That's so funny you said that. I just had a similar situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's also another key too. And if y'all got y'all notebooks out, which y'all should, is man, if you not in the early stages no more, quit all that convincing, bro. Okay. People who want to spend money with you is gonna spend money with you, bro. And you hurting yourself, bringing yourself down because if somebody say, nah, I'm good, and you say, all right, 250, or, you know, you really want a 500, you're like, okay, I guess I'll work with this.
And don't make it your identity so much. That's where it stops people. Because, like, and sometimes the market would tell you what you're worth. I hear people that just started be like, oh, I need a band. It's like, bro, you just started. The amount of stuff we did for free at Carbon, the stuff I do for free to this day. It's like, you are so ego-driven that, like, you'll never get past first base. You can't think past go. And that's your problem. Because you think you Jordan now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, but there's a process for you to get there. But once you start having the flow, saying no is your most powerful weapon, gang. Sure. Being able to tell somebody no, being able to be like, you know what, I'm not going to do that, it actually helps you. Don't be so, because people can sense it on you. Think of a car salesman. If you walk in there, I want the car or whatever, he don't got to sell you a nothing.
I work at a dealership, so when you was saying that, I was thinking about my job.
Right? Like, think about that. Like, you don't got to sell them the car. You can even get more money out of them. Versus the person that might be a little bit more, I don't even know he wants this car. Now, the salesman is working to get your business.
So
it's a complete pivot. It's a complete change in mindset. It's going to be scary at first, but watch it all come to you, too. Because, like, I'm big on God. I'm big on the universe. And once you put that energy of desperate, you communicate wrong, you act bad, and your results are bad. Right? And some people are unwilling to have the job in the meantime, too. It's like, people just think it's, you know, because I think Instagram ruined it. Made it cool. Like, man, I'll just start doing this. Now I got a GT3 RS. It's like, bro, like, that's not how it happens, bro.
For sure.
It don't happen overnight, bro. And so you have to be willing to start for nothing. You got to be willing to be humble. You got to be willing to hear no's. And then you get this affordable to fire clients and say no. And they'd be like, I don't do things for $250. Or if I do for $250, this is what you get for $250.
For sure. It's a more base version. Can't have the same high premium.
Which is fair.
You know,
because someone who got $300, $250 a lot.
Right. But
there's people out there who like spend $250. Like there's people that I know who, if they can't spend $250 at a restaurant, they won't even go there. Not because they bougie or whatever, but like that's the level where they at. Like it's not even like
they're gonna come with.
Exactly. So it's like you got to think about, all right, maybe the boring manufacturing business got 10 bands for me if you're a creator to make a video. That's nothing to him. He wants to spend money on marketing, right? But to like a rapper who's just coming up, who may not have the flow like that, $300 is a lot of money.
For sure. Right.
He got to go do whatever he got to do to get that $300 to give you. And then if that video not right, then he gonna feel it, right? It's a whole kind of thing you got to play. And so it's like, just understand like where you at and take your time and, you know, you choose your customer 100% across the way. Like at Carbon, we chose businesses like Spectrum. That was on purpose. Because for them, like 10, 20, 30, 50 bands is nothing to them, right? But to like a local small business, like $1,500, that's a lot of money. We looking at our bottom line, right? So it's just choose your customer, serve rich people. You know, it's the easy. make it easy. Business can be easy, just like Monopoly or any game, once you understand the rules to it.
For sure.
But we like to rush.
Yeah.
Like pick a camera up and you want to start printing T-shirts and this shit. You buy Louis V for $150 to $300. Like, well, Louis V has been around for years, gang. They have convinced everybody that they are luxury. Yes. It don't have to be luxury. You believe it. You know, you were just trying to sell some T-shirts to your friends, and you haven't done the work. And now you think people don't support you, they hating on you. It's like, you have not done the work, bro. It's been 6 months.
Sure. All
right. You're also started something called R&D, correct?
Yeah.
Can you break that down, what that is?
So, yes. So R&D's restaurant development is powered by Irie, which is a platform for people to come in, makers, caterers, content creators, whoever's like in the food space to kind of use our space at a really affordable rental rate.
Genius.
Wow.
To like just create and do.
That's genius.
Why? Because nobody did that for me.
Right.
And so now I feel like I'm in the position where, I was just telling Jokes and Jamil this, is like I have transitioned from sniper, man, whatever you want to call it, to like I'm kind of like in the operator. I'm like deciding right now I want to go build another business, but I also want to invest and give back. Right. And so like it's just like this happy period of life right now where it's like, man, come on, bro, I got you.
Right.
Because how many people you hear, I don't got a space, I don't got the opportunity, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all the time.
I got you right now.
Especially in a restaurant business.
Come on, bro.
Sure.
I got you right now.
Right.
I be calling people's bluff. Like, you said you didn't have, here. I'm calling your bluff. Here you go.
Sure.
And I'm easy, bro. I'm chill, bro. Like, I'm not going to try to horse you or like, I'm trying to make it as easy and as straight. It's $25 an hour, gang.
Damn, that's good.
You got 25, bro. You got 50. You got 2 hours. Come on. You got $50. You want to sell out of here? You can make 2 bands? Come on, bro.
Oh, so you actually let them sell their product?
Come on, bro.
Wow.
I don't want nothing from you, bro. It's like
crazy.
if I have to open the door for you and like I pay someone to clean up, like that's not even going to my pocket.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm trying to explain to people, that's expensive. Like, that's not expensive, bro.
Not at all. $25 an hour?
If people even knew what the overhead was to maintain something
Come
like
on,
this, you would be like, 25, yeah,
That's showing love. All my business friends like, you need to try at least 50. I'm like, bro, that's the point. The point for me is not to make money off y'all. The point is like, if you want to do whatever out of here, you want to make your product, you want to prep it, and I got you. Right now it's open. The space is open. I'm not using space every day like that.
So technically that can be another one of your non-negotiables, like one of your pillars is just community and unity, bro. That's fire.
Unity, that's facts. That's a good way to put it. 100%, bro.
Anything in closing?
I just got 2 questions. Kind of the same thing, but for 2 different sectors, seeing as how you're branding. So I want to know like your 3 to 5 things about branding that you find to be non-negotiable. Then also 3 to 5 things about creating an experience.
Okay, so first step of branding is clarity. Mm-hmm. I'll say second step of branding is why. Mm-hmm. I think third step of branding is purpose, which is different than why.
Can you break those down?
So clarity is just being super focused on like, what am I trying to accomplish? Yep. Why is like, why am I doing it? It could be as simple as I'm doing this for my family. It could be as simple as I just really like this thing. Mm-hmm. Purpose is, okay, cool. We know why we're doing it. What's the purpose of it? Like, who are we serving?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's 3. I don't know if I have 5, but I think 4 would then be, the last thing is logo. Right? Logo is, you create logos. You build your logo. A lot of people start with a logo and then they want to build everything around it. And it's cool. Like, I don't judge. Yeah. I don't judge it. Like, do your process. But if you don't know why you're doing something, you don't know who you serve, you're not clear about it, it don't matter what the logo look like. You're going to be lost, gang.
For sure.
You're going to be confused.
I feel like that's a lot of, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
oh, yeah.
I feel like that's a reason why a lot of people don't start is they want to get that brand, they want to get that look first, or the logo. You kind of hit me a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do a lot of stuff, bro. It's like that brand, the logo just don't look right. And I feel like a lot of people get hung up on that, bro.
Exactly.
That's real.
And then logo don't look right because you're not clear. You don't even know what to tell somebody what you want. You just like, I want the idea. Okay, that's great. That's going to get you your motivation to start the process. That's 30,000 feet. We need to get down to 1 feet, bro.
For sure.
What's your next steps on, like, well, how do I get this to come into actuality? What do I need to do? Stock the bar, cool logo, great brand. House of Style. He's been in the community for years doing his thing.
Sure.
7 times distilled. Like he really likes. He went through the process first. Yes. Now I have this great product. I found a supplier to produce this product for me. I did the distributor game. Now let's come up with the logo, the color, who we serving. That's how you become successful in something, right? And it sounds crazy, but you really have to reverse engineer everything that you want to do. And then you got to find if it's true for you. Because sometimes you might just ideas come and go, but it's all execution. And sometimes it might not actually be a thing that you actually want to do. And that's fine. But what people also fuck up is they start telling everybody about it before they get there. And now that's your identity. Now you're trapped by that. You're afraid to fail. You're afraid to say I was wrong. And now you trying to hold on to something that should have been dead 10 years ago. Wow. You so trapped by that. Because you went out and said, I'm going to make it. Oh, I'm not trusting them. They never supported me. Like, don't do that shit, gang. Like, I've been telling a lot of people, me and Hunt been talking, I'm like, bro, start doing shit. Start doing things in secret.
In secret, bro.
I got so many things that I don't talk about that I do great. And I will never talk about them.
Right. Oh, man.
Because they're learning from me. And 2 is like, it don't matter. Because whether I do it or don't do it, and what you think about it does not change anything for me. You're not paying my bills, bro. Sure. I'm not paying yours.
Right. And a lot of people don't understand. It's not even really like secrecy. Like, oh, I'm trying to keep it low. It's when you don't have the public expectation behind you, man.
Changes everything.
The sky is the limit, bro. Because you ain't scared.
Yeah. Right.
What you scared of? Who know what you just did?
Right.
Exactly. And it's more honest. That's another thing. Authenticity and honesty. Not in the liar standpoint, but it's like, okay, Grand Rapids has a certain level of taste. And so if you're catering towards that taste, it might be good for Grand Rapids, but it's like, what is that sample size?
So
like this podcast is meant to hit the masses, right? That's y'all goal, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Okay, so the topics we talk about, who we have on, what we push people, the questions we ask, is to not only hit locally, but to break over something, right?
Absolutely.
100%.
Okay, but if your focus is just, I'm worried about what this person's going to think, how I look, what I said, oh, that's corny. But now you're serving people that, there's only 50 of them. That's why your views are low.
For sure.
Because you're serving people that's what they like. You're not thinking about New York, Chicago, somebody from France, someone from Africa. You're not having that world point of view because you're so worried about what someone down the street finds.
Right here. Right. And go back to want everything to be polished and perfect before you start.
Yeah.
Man, if y'all could see, bro, we got the podcast board on the flow, bro.
Come on.
You feel me?
Hey.
Come on.
We started without even a name.
We started without even a name.
And that's the best way to start.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I offered them the table. They said nah. Yeah. But that's what it's about, though. You saw me. I didn't push it. I'm like, I respect it. I said, I was doing the same shit. Like, no, we good right here, bro.
I said, we backpack, bro.
We backpack with it.
We get it the way we want to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever makes sense. So, no fancy lights, no fancy camera, bro. None of that, bro.
You don't need that. You have the will, and we ran into each other at the shower, and you're like, yo, boom, trying to get you on.
Sure.
Cool, bet. I've been seeing what y'all been doing. Y'all been consistent with it. Consistency. Consistency. First comes clarity, then comes consistency.
Sure.
Right? Being consistent is not being perfect. Consistent is just doing the thing.
Let me dap you up for that.
We get it messed up, bro. We get it messed up, bro.
Y'all getting it messed up.
You think, you gotta be perfect. That's what No. Consistency is like, man, I don't feel good today.
I'm still going to do this.
I feel great today. This person said, I suck. Because, like, you're only good at your last at-bat. That's what you did last year. Some people are still living off what they did in high school, bro.
High school,
man,
bro.
Talk to them.
Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing today and tomorrow, okay?
I think this one of my favorite ones, man.
100%.
I'm sorry, people that we did before.
Sorry about being like,
gyms, bro.
This
the gyms,
dope,
man. I don't know. I just be talking, bro. But this is, and people who are really close to me, like, this is what I do.
Right.
For sure.
I'm sitting here being like, bro, like, and I have so much experience. I'm betting on myself and doing it. Mm-hmm. And I know that I don't know what I don't know.
Sure.
And I'm willing to go find out. And so people are like, why are you over there? I'm like, bro, I got to go learn, bro. Now we got AI and Google and like use that to your advantage too. But it's like, if you put yourself out there, you be amazed. There's deals I'm in because I just shook somebody's hand one day, bro.
For sure.
But imagine I was like, oh man, I'm the black kid. Oh man, they don't like the way I look. And, maybe I don't even know I even have enough money. Like,
for sure.
That's stopping you, bro.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
They might look at you and be like, I fuck with you, bro, because you cool and like you remind me of me a little bit, or like, shit, you in the room, so like,
Sure.
You here?
I didn't even see you that night when we talked and we was talking about putting this together.
Yeah.
I didn't even see you, and you came up to me. I was drinking and shit. I was like,
was
oh,
at
shit.
Billy's?
Yeah, it was at Billy's. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I want to say, too, food for thought for people who always be coming up to me when I got a drink in my hand. He doing it the way he did it the right way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Came up, chopped it up, and didn't want to talk my ear up. I felt authentic when he came and hollered at me.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all be coming to holler at me, bro. My eyes be like this. I be like, head nine. Y'all be like, man, it's I did. And we chopped it up the next day. It was consistency. We followed through. Yep. Now we
here, bro.
And that's this gym.
And I did that because people do that with me too. And I'm like, yo, respectfully, bro. And like, I got in a lot of trouble. And Bert used to do this for me a lot. Like, he'll take people aside and explain it to me because they think I'm trying to Hollywood them. Or Big Dog always like, bro, I'm really not, but I am sauce right now.
For sure.
And you on your third business idea.
For sure.
Talking my ear off, bro.
For sure.
And it's like,
not the right time.
I have the space for you, bro, but like not right now, gang. You know, and lately I don't have any more. I'm getting busier and busier. I'm over here now. And it's like, I'll tell people something and they won't do it. And then they come back to me again. I'm like, bro, do the first thing I just told you.
10 out of 10 times they do it, bro.
Oh, man.
10 out of 10. I'm not even going to give you benefit of the doubt. 10 out of 10 times y'all do that, bro.
Exactly. So it's like, and then you want to fight with me, then it's like, you know, shout out to Chris. Chris will tell you, he's like, oh, bro, I finally started doing it. I'm like, see? You think I was against you, bro. You trying to argue with me about what you trying to do.
For sure.
I'm telling you, you do this first, I swear it'll all come down next. But you want to like, well, this person, what Google said. I'm like, then do what Google said.
Do what Google said.
Then you come back, oh, I haven't done it yet. You feel me? Then it's like, all right, bro. Come on, bro.
It go back to
Hey, do what Google said, man.
Why are you talking to me about it? Right? You know. Right? You know, shit.
Hey.
I could be wrong.
A lot of what he's saying made me think about what I heard Lil Russell say. He said, LeBron can tell you a million times what it feel like to win a ring, and you'll still never know because you didn't do it.
Sure.
Come on, bro.
You got to do it yourself. You can catch a helicopter to the top of the mountain. You'll never know what it feel like to climb that mountain because you didn't climb that mountain.
You can talk about, oh, I saw them. Yeah, they did it like this. Sure. You wasn't fighting for your life, bro, on that mountain, bro.
Sure.
So you don't know. You don't know what it takes. You're soft. It's okay.
Sure.
A lot of y'all soft out there. That's fine. You be soft.
Yeah, type shit.
It's cool.
Yeah. You definitely be hanging with Jovan.
Oh, for sure. What was the second part of the
experience? How to cultivate an experience for a crowd of people.
Like party-wise? Like
I mean, just in general, what is your when you like any kind of experience? Are there some general steps or keys that you're like, okay, regardless of what the experience is, party, for my restaurant, for anything, for my clothing, what are those things that you're thinking about?
I think it's nothing being foreign. I grew up in a hospitable family. Mm-hmm. You come to my parents' house, they don't ask you if you hungry, you want to drink 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So I'm used to like, it's really service. In a restaurant, for example, like June wanted to come. People were trying to block June from getting upstairs. Like, you know, it's a big party. Like, we sold it out. It's a lot of people. Yeah. People like, this rapper ain't coming up here. And there's like a lot of weird stuff going on. But I went there and like, full service, got June the bottle, make sure the girls, you feel me? Yep. It's like service.
Damn, hospitality really in your heart, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like, look, bro, y'all are so worried about the X's and O's, which I already did. I already did the hard work for you.
Right.
So you trying to stop, and I get it, because that's your job right now in this moment. But it's the gray area that is the magic. So it's service. It's, for example, it's why I'm not rushing to always do an event with the Irie brand. Because if it's not the right location, not the right people, I'm not tripping about it. Right. And so people are like, damn, he kind of comes off cocky and shit. Like, it's not cocky, bro. It's more so like, I am not tripping, bro.
Sure.
Because if it ain't right, I'm not going to force it. Because it's really just me and my friends trying to have a great night. Right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to vibe, listen to some good music. Hopefully, DJs have a great set. That's it. That's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to do too much. So if it's not aligned for you, that's fine. I'm going to find people that I'm aligned with. Right? And so that's how I view it. So it's never a rush. It's never a ego thing. It's all about service. Like, the craziest thing, too, is like, even when we did the Gram and someone came up to me and was like, there ain't no 800 people in here. You just saying that for marketing. I'm like, wow. I'm like, first up. But then I started realizing people do that.
Sure.
I'm like, bro, 800 people bought tickets, and here's my list of people I got in for free because that's service.
Sure.
So it's both an and.
It's mad people that buy stuff and that don't show up, too.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I always appreciate the love that way, too. But it's like, again, it's like, how do we get there? Serving.
For sure.
Because I looked out for you sometime. I got you, or you need a connection. I made that connection for you. Because at the top level, bro, like we're the people I'm like, and I call it pacing, right? People I'm pacing with now, I'm trying to get to the 6 minute, 4 minute mile guys, right? I'm on pace. I see how they act, man. They have so much capacity. They're nice people. They look out. They take care of people in their lives. It's not what you think it is. These niggas not big dogging nobody. They just happy to be there. If you need anything, I got you. They all looking out. Because business gets done with people that you want to do business with. At a certain level, you don't need more money.
For sure.
So you're going to do something. And how they look at it is like, this is going to be 10 hours a week. So I want to spend 10 hours a week with people I like doing business with, not people I hate, because I don't need the money. And so you start realizing, or I don't want to go through that process to get that money. So then you start learning like, oh, wow, like if you just say hello. I saw you. I'm saying, what's up to you? Some people are like, oh, why you say, you should be saying like, nigga, what? We're all human beings.
For sure.
I can't say, hey, what's up to us, though? And a lot of people, especially in this city, they be doing that. Because it's the crab in the barrel. It's easy to like, I'm bigger than you. I'm like, bro, I don't care about any of that, bro. If I have to wait in line and pay for a ticket, I will. For
sure.
I don't think I'm better than anybody.
Okay.
Oh, you waiting in line, gang? I'm like, and then people see me, why you waiting in line, bro? Come here. But it's like, I don't expect it. You feel me?
Yeah, 100%.
Because to me, I'm still the same kid that was trying to sell lemonade, bro. Trying to get you to buy some jerk chicken while they waving at me at Wendy's. Like, I'm not too far away from that.
I don't think I'm too far, but, man, I hate waiting in lines, boy.
I'm not going to lie, bro.
Hey,
I was in Vegas last weekend. We was in line. I said, man,
the line thing.
In line so long.
Yeah, bro. The line thing, bro, let's be real. There's levels to this line shit.
Type shit.
Levels to this line shit. And if it's cold outside and shit, like, there's definitely been some times where, like, I know I'm not waiting in line.
Sure.
And people be like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, we not waiting in line, bro. Like some people go out with me, they're like, you never wait in line. I'm like, bro, it's not, again, it's like, I can wait in line, but it's like, if I don't have to, I'm definitely not waiting in line.
Right. No cap.
Convenience.
No cap.
Exactly. But it's like, I'm fortunate now, but I will. But yeah, in the bigger cities, hey, gang, like, sometimes sitting an hour and a half in the line kind of crazy.
No cap, bro.
Kind of crazy. And then you get in there, you're like, bro, like,
everything sold up in here.
Come on, bro. Then it's like, now I got to do what? You feel me? And you also get humble. You have to learn levels you're at, too. There's been places that, like, I've been at. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I'm this much into this night already. And we not even, if I would have spent this in Grand Rapids, I'll be.
Man, for sure. I say that all the time.
You feel me? I would have been the nigga, bro. Shit. I'm like, how much that is? The nigga, show your rich ass up. You got the money. But I'm like, bro, I don't know, bro. Like, because, like, for me, I don't care about all that attention. So I do it with the guys because they want to do it and shit. But it's like, you sit in there, you're like, bro, this is insane. Because then, like, you get bottles, whatever, then you're like, okay, Travis Scott right there. So I'm not going to, like, it don't matter what I do. This guy right here is like, damn, the levels, you start understanding, like, man, this shit is crazy. Then my brain started going from the business of this nigga really sold this $12 bottle for 5 bands. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like, this is crazy, bro. This is insane. And then niggas and the girls drinking the bottle done.
For sure.
And now you need to do another bottle.
Man, we was in Dre's in Vegas, and my homie was like, yeah, just look at the menu. They got a bottle in here for $75,000.
Bro.
Brandon is a motherfucker.
Listen, Brandon is a motherfucker. And who you serve. Because there's some people where, bro, like, they got it, bro. They got it. And so for them, like, it's a blessing for them to be there, but it's like $75,000 is not a lot of money to them.
For sure.
Don't get me wrong, $75,000 is a lot of money.
To them.
But to them, it might not be. Like, I've been around real billionaires. Like money, they're post-economic, bro. They don't think about money like that. It's a resource for them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they can spend $70,000 and be like, cool.
Chase, anything in closing?
I got mine.
Want me to close it out?
Yeah, you got it.
Appreciate y'all. I want to say,
grab the bottle real quick.
I was going to say thank y'all for having me on the pod, bro.
Thank you for doing
sure,
it.
For sure. We're about to close it out right now. We're about to have you grab the bottle real quick. Go.
Stock the bar.
Stock the bar, man.
Hey, man. It's crazy, man. Shout out to Stock the bar.
My guy. Sorry, we usually put it right here by my feet. We got about 5 minutes left, and I was like, damn, I ain't grabbed a bottle. Yes, sir. Come on, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Every episode is sponsored by Stock the Bar Vodka. And every episode, we give the risk taker on the episode a bottle of Stock the Bar Vodka.
Oh, bro, appreciate you.
Shout out Daryl Reese, man.
Shout
out Don Irie right here, man.
sir.
You know,
some lemonade soon, man.
come on, man. You know,
Go ahead, hit him with it. Where you get it at? Where to get it
the
at?
best place to get it with a nice, fresh squeeze glass of lemonade.
Man.
AC Hotel, man. Hey, AC, you gotta holler at us, bro. There's been a lot of free promo, bro.
Yeah, right. We're gonna have to get a
but
show
tap
from the
in, bro.
AC.
AC,
We
you gotta
gotta get
tap
a show
in
from the AC
for sure. If y'all want to get it anywhere, y'all can get it at every Myers in the Midwest. If y'all want to get it as a mixed drink, you can get it pretty much in every bar right now. Yeah. My favorite place to get it is AC Hotel because AC Hotel got fresh lemonade, bro. You can't argue with fresh lemonade.
Can't argue with fresh lemonade, man.
But I mean, AC juices ain't fucking with Irie.
AC, get some Irie juices, man.
Get some Irie juices,
Irie
man.
JW, I mean, y'all been reaching out. This is sign the deal, bro. Let's get our juices
man.
on
Let's
the
just
ASC
get it.
properties, bro. You seen this where ASC, man, make that happen, bro. Y'all reaching out and asking for juices, all that, and like y'all just make the deal happen, bro. It's all right.
Let's get it.
Making deals on the pod.
Come on, make the deal happen, bro.
You want to hit them with that question?
Yeah, man. So, we always like to ask our fellow risk taker on the show if there's any other risk takers in any field. It doesn't have to be your field, in any field they would like to highlight, and this is their personal invitation to the pod from you.
Yessirski, from you.
3, if you can do 3 to 5, it's fine.
I feel y'all got so many cool people already on the show.
We got some legends on there. Shout out to everybody.
They don't got to be from the city of Grand Rapids.
Okay.
We trying to travel, bro. Yeah. We packing that suitcase up.
If it ever lines up, I'll see if I can connect you with my boy Laz. Laz is the truth. Really, like, talk about people I look up to. Laz is somebody who is always pushing me to become better. So shout out to Laz.
Shout out Laz.
He's out in LA right now, but he's from Michigan. He's from here. So him, I would say, man, like, you already had Giovanna here?
Oh, yeah.
I would say him because he nerd out. I would say, man, who else would be great on this show? A fellow risk taker that y'all haven't already had. Who else would be great? Who else would be good?
It's my favorite part when everybody be thinking about.
They be thinking, right?
Yeah, you got to really think about it too, because it's like y'all. I think y'all really bring out. Yeah, you want to find people that are really good at their core, too, that can really like communicate some. Man, I think I don't know if he'll do it, but P on Harry's Corner. That's my dog. He's a great one.
Oh, that's correct. We gotta get P on.
Yeah,
there.
get P. Oh, you know
for
P?
Sure. Man, that's
okay.
gang.
So then, like, if it's P, then it's like JG, all them too. You feel me? That's
for sure.
That's love. That's family. LBG. So
man,
those
shout
guys.
out P, man. I know P gonna tap into this episode.
Yeah,
shout out P. We're gonna come holler at you.
I think he'd be great on the show because, again, that's another guy that I look up to, like, who he kind of taught all of us how to get to it when we was younger. So yeah, man, I think those two be he is. I think those would be two great additions to the show. Have you guys had any like females on too? Like
just Alicia B.
Yeah, Alicia B. That's it.
Oh yeah, Alicia B. Yep. Oh, I think I saw that on Instagram. Yep. Yeah, 'cause I think there's a lot of amazing female leaders out there.
Please let us know who they are.
I think the second vibe, 2 girls, you gotta get them on here. Camille and Caitlin.
Absolutely do. Shout out to y'all.
They're doing an amazing job.
We do need to.
I'm a fan.
Definitely a fan as well, for sure.
Yep, we've been there a couple times.
Okay, yeah, I say them for sure. You already had Alicia B on. I would say, who else? I don't know if she'll do it, but she's amazing too. But I think get some more girls on here because I think a lot of women in the city are really crushing it, bro. And they don't really get like the
love they deserve.
They flowers.
100%.
Yeah, so yeah.
Bet. We're gonna leave it at that, man. Yeah. I just want to say it's been a pleasure to have you on the pod, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Amazing episode of the Risk Takers, man. Like,
yes, man.
A lot of gems, bro.
I
just need y'all to listen, man. Please take.
I'm just happy,
man.
Yeah, take the risk, man.
straight hitters every episode, man. We ain't doing the messy stuff. We ain't doing the gossiping stuff, man. We getting straight to business, bro. Because
really trying to help y'all grow. We all need it too. We trying to grow within ourselves. So this is educational for us too. So you know what I'm saying?
Same for me, bro.
The whole reason we are here. Absolutely. We all trying to grow and get better. So
class always in session, man.
100%.
It's been the Risk Takers, man. We had Don Irie on here, my main man, Chase. Summer right there. It's your boy Oso, and we out.